Howdy doody, and welcome back, friends. We are back on the second channel. This video will be nothing great. Every time I say that is when my videos do the best on the second channel. It's the behind the scenes life update of Puddin's Fab Shop. As you can see, this place is a mess. That's because last week, as I thrashed to get this together, and I literally made it to the point of getting this all together. Ooh, first time seeing the paint since it's really kind of had time to set up. And that color's runnable. Holy crap, does that blend good for being what we found at the Lowe's, not color matching. Happy with that. So I get this together. I had some errands to run. We take Theo to his babysitter. He's still there because we didn't get in till late last night. A lot of good late driving. We're dealing with time change. We're dealing with sleeping on uncomfortable beds for a few days. We went out of town, seen some family, had a baby shower. I offered to pressure wash that baby. They didn't want me to. They said a shower would be good enough. We've been getting tons of rain all across West Texas, up here to the Oklahomas, and we've been needing it. Here in Oklahoma, we've needed rain. Our pond was a puddle. I think I showed y'all that not too long ago. She ain't no puddle no more. Here at the house, we've been needing it to finish up our project here. We're basically down to dirt work, and we've been needing a good rain. We've been needing a good rain where stuff can settle. I think that qualifies as settled. All of this stuff that was majorly humped up, she ain't so humped up anymore. Over here where we had dug for our water line to run to the building, all this, it's been needing to settle. I don't know if y'all can see that, but she settled. Whoop, run straight that away. I'll show you the pond here in a minute. Let there be light. Oh yeah, baby. Well, hold on. Let's pull some fuses on the old pick 'em up truck here. Then we're gonna head inside the add-on and see how much water got on, because occasionally, if the wind blows from the right direction, we still get quite a bit in there. So 2 weeks ago or so, when I went to pick up Sir Mordecus from the airport, that day I noticed that I started off the day with good AC, but towards the end of the day, not so good. Something's going on with our AC. Now what I noticed was the compressor cycling though. So I put a can on it, made sure there wasn't a leak. By can, I mean the one with the little gauge. I just popped that on there. Gauge went to good. I can hear the compressor cycling. We're not getting cold air. So that is making me think something like the blend door or something ain't too happy. Now our AC was messing up one time on the van, and we simply, how did we get dang acorns in here? I've never had the cover off this. You can tell this truck used to be filthy back in the day by what we just found underneath here. And what you don't want is all that trash getting down in there where it can mess crap up. So I blew out one of these one time on the van, and it messed up some stuff. Just, I guess it broke enough dirt and crap free, so you gotta be careful doing that. I'm just looking. We got HVAC right there. That should be old dirty number 10 right there. The stuff's powered up. I was thinking like maybe the blend door stuck or something, because you're still, it's not like hot air, but it's still pretty warm air. So we're getting a mixture of our cold and our hot at the same time. Now this one don't have the digital system like our Boot Scoot and Yukon used to have. The Boot Scoot and Yukon had one that you'd have to, oh yeah, baby, bring in the rain. That's what we're after. You'd have to reprogram it. And I think I found that these have a procedure to try to reset, recalibrate, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna worry about the AC compressor or the AC compressor relay, because I know those suckers are cycling. So it looks like it's just that one right there. Alright, we'll let that sit for a few minutes. What are you doing, old wasp? Huh? Not a good day to be walking in front of me. Kill! We should call this video Get Ready with Puddin's Fab Shop. Oh, hold on. Chris texted me, do you have any SD cards for me today? No, sir. Working on that now. Send. Now I know we're going to have some water right here. Oh, God. It got us good, guys. We're in bad shape. We are in bad shape. Holy crap. That came from over here then. Dang. Now this is what it used to do. All I've got since I got up there in silicone where they added on, I've got one little 2-foot puddle here before. Nothing like this. Talk about ruin a stinking Monday. Holy cow. Luckily all of our shelves have little feet, so all that's up off the floor. Luckily it never goes this way. I'm smart and I know there's always in the back of my head that this should happen. And I don't mean to toot my own horn and be like, oh, I'm so smart. What I mean is I know water's never got here. So there's a reason I've kept our new shirts coming in over here. Except for these ones. And these were not even close to releasing. That's not good. Looks like a few boxes may be in bad shape. Took out some hats. Not the hats! Damn, this sucks. Well, y'all know what they say. When it rains, it pours. We're trying to fix the HVAC on the truck here because as we came into town last night, probably about 45 minutes out or so, get a little notification on her Traverse, pa-ping, pa-ping. One, the rear driver's side tire is at 23 PSI. Well, it took about probably 2 to 3 minutes. Then it was at 22 PSI, another 2 or 3 minutes. It's at 21 PSI. 20 PSI, find a gas station, top her off to about 40 PSI, and then it bled off as we came here. When I got out to top it off, it was not hard to find. All you had to do was listen for the I don't know what it got in the tire. It's got a big old something, and it's just pissing out the air. So Mama's got a medical appointment this morning I got to go with for her. It's not going to be a fun one for her. And I asked her last night, I said, you want to take the Traverse with the flat tire, or you want to take the truck with no HVAC? Which one? Alright, let me see if I can find this reset procedure. Before we fix the truck and the Traverse, baby, you want to get up and help me sweep out all that water in that shop? Huh? Good opportunity. We can scrub the floors, make sure they stay nice and clean. Now, of course, I can't find the procedure for resetting. I found something the other day. Let me do a little more digging. Gotta dig deeper. Ooh, YouTube videos. How fancy. By Anthony J. Tree Fitty. We're gonna summarize this in the comments. Pull fuse for 1 minute, then reinstall fuse. Run truck for 2 minutes. Don't touch controls, then shut truck down for 15 seconds and restart truck. Alright, that's what we'll try. Step 1, remove fuse. Well, we did that a long time ago. Reinstall fuse. Step 2, should have brought the keys with you, dummy. Can't start it now. I'll be back in a sec. Time! I'm fast, baby, I'm fast. Step 2, start the truck. Let it run for 2 minutes. We're gonna let it go for about a minute 50. So this is pretty much what the procedure is for the digital version 1. However, this ain't doing nothing because I don't think nothing's powered on. Our fan ain't on. I don't think that has anything on. I bet we're probably wasting time here because like on the digital one, when you do it, you'll hear it cycle through, do this, do that, move a bunch of crap. Then you kill it. You wait at least 15 seconds, no more than 30. You start it and that locks in the whatever. I think we've been bamboozled by that YouTube comment. So I'm just gonna kill it. Cause I can tell y'all right now, that ain't swapping here or there. It ain't calibrating a damn thing. Watch the video. He said that he did a bunch of research, yada, yada, yada. These should be up a little bit from the bottom. Set that sucker to 3. Now we reinstall fuse, fire her up. Oh, it's doing something because it started off up here and it went away. So that's, I guess, a good sign that it's trying. Oh, it's coming back up to here. So this thing just, it'll it cycles all your blend doors, all your actuators, I guess you'd say. The different actuators that'll take it here, there, cut off the heat, add the air. Cycles all those, teaches them their ranges, is what it's supposed to do. We'll see if this fixes the problem that we're having or not. All right, it's been over a minute. Air's no longer switching or moving or going anywhere else, so we're gonna kill it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi. Start it back. That's supposed to lock it in. I not only counted 13 Mississippi, we're supposed to go 15, but I think I counted some other numbers twice. If you check the math, that probably adds up to about correct. I did not hear the compressor kick on before it was kicking on, but now it ain't even kicking on. Well, that ain't good. I know these cans aren't the best thing in the world, but that gauge at least shows us that we're filled, so it shouldn't be a pressure issue as far as it not having enough pressure to cycle on. That one right there is for our AC compressor. Pull it out, put it back in. That relay right there is for our AC compressor. Pull it out, put it back in. Not that I really expected that to do much. Well, what the French toast. Defrosting feet, down to the tootsies. Gotta keep them warm or cold. Front, still down at the feet. Full blast to your face. All right, what happens when we take this bad girl to heat? Here comes the heat. Woo! Oh yeah, choke you out of here hot. Truck ain't even warmed up yet. Take her back to cold. She don't want to cycle no more. So I called Sir Mordecus. Me and him like to bounce stuff off each other every once in a while, and I'd come over here and I unplugged our pressure switch. That is right here on our dryer or accumulator, whatever you want to call that thingy. I unplugged it and plugged it back in, thinking maybe we got a bad connection, because the way I kind of understand it, generally speaking, that pressure switch is what's going to interrupt your signal going down to your compressor. That way, if there's no pressure in the system, it don't have your compressor cycling, burning stuff up, because there ain't no refrigeration in there, whatever. So I was talking to him, and I'm like, now I know I'm using one of these crappy cans. I don't recommend this. I think it's half of our problem, probably. And he's like, why don't you just bypass that pressure switch and then see what happens? Well, I found a nail on the ground. I'm gonna position this where I can see our top of the line gauge here, because I want to be able to watch it. It just kicked on for a second. Come on, baby. It did kick on for a second. I heard it cycle. There it went again. When it's cycling, watch this. It went way down to low. Holy cow. So maybe I do have a slow leak. See, and then that takes that all the way in. And then when we cycle it, well, what the French toast. So I popped our pressure switch back on. That's cycling. Just out of curiosity, because I noticed down here our fender well looks wet almost from like underneath here, and there ain't nothing else on here. I pull this and I can hear a little leak there. Oh yeah, we're doing good here, folks. And we're leaking over here. What in the devil's going on? Well, yeah, we're about to have to leave. I might have to do a little investigating, because I know, typically speaking, they say on your low side you should be looking like 30 to 40-ish, which is why on this can they always show you 30 to 40s, whatever. I basically got where I do not trust these in this gauge anymore. I wanted to put these on here so our low side gets all the way up to about 65, which is too much. And when it cycles, it drops way down. Over here on our high side, we are about 60, and we only pull up to about 80 there or so. So something funky is going on here. I don't know AC well enough to look at these gauges and just tell you though that, hey, this is doing this, so that probably means that. All I can tell you is I ain't really got much more time to mess with it this morning. Put that off there. Can y'all hear that? Hopefully. And then you see that tube. I noticed the other day it was oily looking, kind of nasty. And then, like I said, the wet fender well. So I think that cap being on there is what's been actually holding or helped that be a slower leak than what it actually is, because that's actually leaking pretty stinking bad. A minute ago this one was leaking until I put those gauges on and off there. Now it don't appear to be leaking anymore. Good. If you ask how things are going, I'd say pretty good. Well, medical appointment is rescheduled. Hot rod's sick because we don't got enough going on. So she stayed home, so Mama's staying home with Hot Rod. Anyhow, I swept out about 12 gallons of water. We'll let this, see if these fans can kind of dry it up from there out. I guess we'll sweep her every once in a while. Just talked to Uncle Rick just to kind of bounce some ideas off him. He kind of verified what I'm thinking. I put my gauges on here because he asked me what they're sitting at, and they're not sitting at much. And I don't think they're sitting at much because this ain't even letting stuff out anymore. Y'all could hear it whistling before. Well, it ain't whistling. That ball is done. I do think this was slowly leaking out, which is why my fender well is covered in that oil like I mentioned earlier. I think at some point it probably dropped enough that it wasn't, it didn't have enough to really do its job. Said these AC, or these little rubber balls, are worthless. He's also said, based off what I told him the gauges were reading, that he bet it was just low on Freon and that we should just replace that, pull a good vacuum on her, make sure it's going to hold. Once we know that, just service her up, and he's betting she'll be just fine, which is what I was wanting to try. But he knows way more about AC than I do. So the reason I called Uncle Rick was also to ask if what I was seeing on the gauges could have been caused by your orifice tube, because I know it sits right in here, because there has to be something here, guys, because your high side's here, low side's there. So something in there's got to cause it to go from high to low, and your orifice tube hides right in here. You can crack that and pull them out of there. I just don't know how often like an orifice tube goes bad or what causes it to go bad. So more or less I was wanting to ask Uncle Rick, like, hey, when I have this all tore down, should I replace that as well? And he said those usually will not go bad unless you have something like your compressor takes a crap, sends a bunch of crud through there or whatever. So he said you can replace it if you want. And I said nope. Generally speaking, your OEM parts are always better than the aftermarket ones you're gonna get. So we want to leave that. That AC used to work beautifully, guys. One of my favorite parts of that truck. It could be 105 outside, the truck be sitting outside. You get in it, start it up. I mean, within a minute, it was cold in that truck. Like, felt nice and comfortable. So we gotta keep the AC happy on the old tow piggy. All right, we're gonna take the old tire pumper here, see if we can get the traverse aired up, see if we can make it to the tire shop. It's got a pretty big chunk in there, so I don't know if we could plug it. If we could plug it, it'd probably be like multiple plugs. I'd rather these guys look at it and then tell me, or determine if it needs patched or plugged. I'm no tire expert. We want it fixed as good as possible though, because it's always got Mama and the kiddos in it. Hey yo, little sunshine, huh? Yeah, we could use it, dry this place up. All this rain's turned our pool into one of them infinity pools. That sucker's flush with the concrete, need to pump it out. And when Mortsky was down just a week ago, we kept having a joke going that when the pond dried up, he had to leave town because it was literally down to like a 5-foot puddle when he got here. And by the time he left, there's hardly anything left. We had real bad flooding problems over here. That's what allegedly killed the trees that were here. So we had all this pulled apart and they redid it, trying to fix some flooding here. Looks like we're making real good progress. But yeah, good thing this rain did it come when Mortsky was here, or we'd never got rid of him, because that baby is as full as it's ever been. Couple good days of raining and there we go, she's back. She is back. Boy, that makes me want to go work on that Mercedes right now. Either that or buy a boat. Hey, Ma, put a 28-foot pontoon boat in this pond. They're like, dude, what are you doing? Why'd you put that in there? I'm like, is it not called a pontoon? Our car's still nice and wet from last night even. And look at our poor tire here. I don't know, this little pumpity-pumpity is going to be able to pump her in there fast enough. Come on, D-Walt, don't let me down. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. There you go. I need you to take. I need you to take. Big old chunk of something. Looks like glass to me, actually. That right there is what got us. About 33 PSI. That'll get us there. We ain't got to go awful far. Super duper far. Can y'all hear it leaking? Nah, probably not. Just a tiny little leak. Got my A keychain. Hi. Keychain so cute. Fired up, baby. All right. Well, she's got about 1 PSI more than the others, according to the analog digital tire pressure display. So I'd seen some of y'all asking on the fan pages or on Instagram and stuff. I seen a couple of comments. We've been out of town, so I wasn't on the social media too much. But we had tornadoes here in Oklahoma, a lot of bad storms. People want to know if we're safe. We're good. One, we were out of town, but two, obviously our place is good, minus the flooding we received. But there must have been some high winds around here, because I've seen a few trees kind of split and dropped or whatever, so I guess they got some pretty high winds. But old Slick and Charlie of OK Speed and Custom, their YouTube channel, that tornado that hit over in Choctaw and Hera area, they got pretty close to old Charlie over there. He's around that area, so he was a little more in line than we were. I think we had stuff coming this way towards us, but then it kind of fizzled out before it got to us, from what I understand from folks around here. So we were fortunate again, but we definitely got some rain. I ain't seen anyone say how many inches of rain we've got in the last, say, few days here, but I'd be curious if someone knew, because it is a crap ton, a Pot County shit ton. Yeah, they just asked me where the wheel lock was. That's a good question. Maybe it's underneath the paper towels or beach bag. What in the drug smuggling rear compartment we got going on here? Where was it? Apparently it was in the glove box. Yep, there's the culprit. Nice little shark tooth piece of glass. Lucky us. All right, that got us fixed up. Luckily, just able to patch her up, that piece of glass. Where that end was wide, that's why I couldn't tell what was in there. I guess this thing has a key lock. I didn't even know that. Derek found it in here somewhere, because I went through Mama's glove box. Oh, that's probably what this little black box is. Okay. Yep, there she is. So we'll put all that back together when we get home. But first, folks, we're gonna swing over to our local O'Reilly's in town now. She's been open for about I don't know, 2-3 weeks probably going on. We're gonna see if we can get that piece we need for our air conditioning system, so we can swap it out. We'll pull a vacuum on it and see what we can't get into. It looks like I may want to throw a couple more PSI in each one of those too. Well, I tell y'all what, it sure is weird having an O'Reilly's in town now, but I ain't mad about it. I am not mad about it. Yep, cell phones are going off. Folks are freaking out. Tornado's supposed to be here in 10 minutes or so, allegedly. Allegedly. Now we need old Mortsky here. Them tornadoes freak him out. Damn wheelchair Wanda better kick it in high gear. We got a tornado coming. Everyone's on the phone. You okay, man? You okay? Yeah, we're all right. I'm just hoping this storm brings a little bit more rain. That way I can finish washing out that merch building, finish mopping that dirty floor, you know. Second round on it, perhaps. See how we're doing in here, huh? Oh yeah. Well, one fan's working. Good job, fan. That spot is super dry. Oh yeah. Let's get her dried up for a new rush of rain, huh? Whoo! That's the secret. Keep mopping. Keep that water spread. She'll dry up. We will rebuild. Well, Mama just texted me and said get my butt inside. I guess I'm in trouble. Whatever's here is about to be here. I was like, I'm outside, there ain't nothing going on. Over that way, I just heard a tornado siren start to sound, so maybe there is something here. Might be close, but it ain't here. Yep, that's the siren back that way. And that way.
It's kind of elongated, and it may be, it's either
that road right there, that's the road to take you to Papa Jimmy's. So, yeah, she's right outside town here. One time this hill froze when I worked for the county and I fell about where that truck is. And I slid all the way to the bottom of that. That's a true story. I had a chain with me. Well, now it's up here, that's South Pot County, so we're more up here.
So somewhere along this region.
And they're saying this next storm may go anywhere from up here to down there. It's real accurate, good stuff. This is old Cocaine Payne. If y'all ain't seen him, you need to look up some highlights of old Cocaine Payne in action.
It's not Cocaine
It's
Payne.
Cocaine Payne.
David Payne. Don't you dare put me in this video.
Old Cocaine Payne gets after it. He just gets into it. Oh, there's Tecumseh.
West of Tecumseh. He's down Highway 9 here.
It looks like it's tightened up, David, just north of Brandon now.
Yep.
This is going to be coming southwest
So see,
of Shawnee. On the
they're
southwest
watching
side
that
of Shawnee.
sucker right there, which that's already north of
Definitely
us.
tightened up.
So
Yeah,
people
for sure.
freak out. Tecumseh's here, it's over
it's in
here.
Shawnee, so
That don't just magically
maybe we can get
teleport
Vaughn.
over to here.
It's
There
getting
y'all go.
stronger, okay, go ahead, give us an update.
That's the center of our town right there.
Yeah, David, that's right. As we came back eastbound into Tecumseh, we could see a well-established wall cloud that had developed probably right over the top of our head as we were given our last update. It really organized, honestly, really quickly.
So it's already north of us, guys.
It is coming into the southwest Shawnee area, around the river.
We just passed Slick Shop right there.
Probably on the north side of Hardesty.
Oh, that's right where it was last time, too. Literally same path. Man, oh man. Huh? That's Hardesty. It's right there by the Sonic. Yeah, Haley and them need to be in their room or whatever. Guys, all that, those trees, they look thin and everything. That's because the last tornado that went through and hit Shawnee went the same path. That's the bridge that was making Randy's front tires rub when he hit the dip coming off of it. That exit right there takes you right into Shawnee. So all that just went north of us. It was kind of headed towards Tecumseh, but it kind of hooked and went north, headed northeast. Y'all can see, we're probably seeing some of the southern of that came through, and it's just a low-hanging wall cloud that comes through. That storm was boogieing though, because where he showed it in there, and then 2 minutes later where it was across town, that thing is hauling butt across town. So it kind of went over the top, pretty close to where Slick's at in where he lives or whatever, but it's way past him. Hank, oldest daughter, she's at work right now. It was kind of headed where she's at, but it's already past them. And then Hot Rod was worried about her school, but it looked like it was past the school. So everything should be good for us around here right now. There's another storm that's south that they say could be tornadic or whatever, but it's going to be a while before it reaches up here. And they fizz out sometimes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I told them girls quit freaking out. We're okay. All right, with all that being said, let me see if we can't get a little maintenance done here, huh? Hey, Mom, Puddin's out there in them tornadoes just fixing his truck. We're gonna try anyhow. If you ain't from here, you ain't used to the storms, they scare a lot of folks. But, guys, those crap like that comes through all the time, and don't mean you're just gonna die from it, you know. Just gotta kind of pay attention and be smart, I guess. Them girls though, not being from here, it freaks them out pretty good, I guess. I finally told them at the old house, I said, you gotta understand this house has been here since 1940 and it's still standing, okay? So just because we have something coming towards us don't mean it's gonna wipe us out. And I think that's a 16, and it looks like I brought a 15 and a 17 in that set. Lucky me. Yeah, now here comes the rain with it. Cold front just got here. Big drop in the temperature change there. And this stuff, It's making a lot more noise, a lot more thunder, a little more low hanging getting over us now, so it looks scarier and it sounds scarier, but the scary stuff has already went by. I think everyone just thinks if you're not from here and you start seeing all this stuff, like tornadoes can just boom pop down from anywhere. And I mean, storms can change fast or whatever, but old cocaine Payne, he's pretty good at tracking that stuff. He knows what's what and where's where most of the time. And the thunder rolls, lightning strikes, dun, dun, dun. Boy, how are you supposed to, what in the low profile wrench am I supposed to have here to get these? That could have been engineered a little better. Gotta have a low profile wrench, apparently. Golly, guys. This thing's gonna fight me to the end. Woo! Looky there. Wind's whipping. Looky there. That, I could hear it start coming in. I tried to turn the camera on to show y'all what it looked like blowing in. And the battery was dead. Flash flooding. Flash flooding. All this water before was coming up against my shop. That's why we had to do the retaining wall. Woo! She's getting buck nasty, boys. She's getting buck nasty. We're getting the dots in here. We don't want the half-finished interior getting wet, do we? Boy, that wind's just a whipping. About to learn to sew myself. Need windshield wipers on y'all and me. I'm a dummy. Y'all see that line right there? I thought that's where this whole thing unthreaded. It unthreads up here, so I was turning on the wrong piece like an idiot. We're supposed to be turning on this up here, dummy. Woo, I can see the mud pit out there in the field's full. All right, we gotta get something going we can take through that, huh? Hey-o, now we don't get rained on. If we pull inside here, I'll finish pulling that out. I whipped up a little funnel out of tape. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Since we have that open, I'm gonna go ahead and add us a little bit of oil in here. I got the PAG 46. Not gonna add a lot, just aim for probably about an ounce or so, I think. And that ain't working super duper good. I do see some air coming up out of there now and letting that kind of settle down in there. We'll go ahead and take our new one and install that. There's enough oil up there, I promise you it's gonna oil that O-ring. And my wrenches don't want to fit that good, so I'm just gonna snug it with the locking pliers against my better judgment here. All right, with that replaced, hook up our vacuum pump here. Kick it on. Everything's nice and wet. That's perfect. You always want moisture in your AC system. Just playing, you want the opposite. So now if we open our low side, she is starting to pull a vacuum down. We're gonna keep an eye on that and see if she can pull her all the way down where we want it, as close to 30 as possible. Go, baby, go. Well, I'm gonna let that sit there and run for about, I don't know, probably 45 minutes or so. Till about 12:30 it looks like. She's still slowly dropping. She's down about 28, 29-ish. So that's looking good. She's got a good vacuum on her. And it's been running for about an hour. Only problem is, now I can't find my piece that attaches to the yellow hose to then hook up to the cans. It should be in the toolbox. It should be in here with the other couple little thingies I've got. And it is not. So that's an issue. Another quick trip to the parts store for one of these. You know, I got to thinking about it. And the last AC I remember messing with was Randy's truck when we serviced it after doing the vintage air. And I think me and Bill determined that my old one was a piece of junk. I think the O-ring in it had finally gave out and it was leaking out the top of it. So I'm betting that sucker got thrown in the scrap trailer. If I was a betting man, I'd say she gone. If I was a betting man, I'd bet someone would need to install a window in the back of this thing so I could quit listening to a trash bag whip everywhere. If only I knew someone who knew how to fix some stuff. Woo-hoo-hoo! That pond is full. Shoot, that field out there is full. Flooding, flooding, flooding. It's almost like we're at the bottom of a hill and water just runs from everywhere. As long as that house don't get flooded, I'm happy. And it don't get flooded. She good. She's good. Oh, it'd be real good when we fix this mud that's right here. I ain't even, you see that? I was moving the wheel. We weren't even turning one bit. Eskimo Joe's supposed to bring us some merchandise here in a little bit, so they usually unload right there. We'll leave this spot clear. What a mess. We need rain, but man, do I hate rain. All right, let's see if we can get this job finished up here, hopefully. We'll kill that, kill the pump. Now, it's hard to see, but right there I can see AC, and then I can see 2.8 pounds. So I'm guessing that's the amount of refrigerant we're supposed to have. Got 16 ounces in a pound. So 16 times 2, 32, add the 0.8. So right at 40 ounces is what we need. Our cans here, they are 12 ounces a piece. So we know we need at least 3 full cans. That's gonna get us to 36. That should get us functioning. Then if we wanna get real picky, we can try to get an extra 4 ounces in there. Swap the old yellow hose to our can here. Punch the can, back that back out. Now we should be able to flow Freon. Our yellow hose is gonna be full of air though, so I'm gonna actually purge right here with our Kniffy. And we're getting nothing. That was some of the problem we were having with our old one. I remember that now. It's like we had to find a sweet spot. Okay, so maybe you leave that in. Don't back it out, because I just heard it go again. Air. There we go. That gets all your air out. Let's fire up. Just gonna turn this sucker to high. Make sure AC's on. Recycle's on. Make sure it's on cold. Just let her eat. And we should just be able to open up our low side there and start putting some cans in. Because he's already cycling. High pressure's already going higher than what it was before. So guaranteed it was low. Our low's way up there. So I think she'll kind of work herself out here. See our sight glass right there, we're flowing free on through. Like I said, we still got more in there, so that sucker was low. I guarantee you that piece we replaced, that rubber ball, how that fender well was wet, that's what our problem was. It just had a slow leak. It wasn't obvious with that cap on there. Just over time it had let it out. As far as and that's probably all the problem was. And then I tried to use that can and I put it on there and it said it was full, so it was still low on Freon. Can't trust those cans, guys. Those cans are terrible. I've bought them a couple times knowing they're garbage. Every time they prove to be garbage. I don't know why I bought it again. I just don't know. She's already starting to work herself out some. We're already actually getting cold air where I ain't been getting cold air in a minute. So we're doing her some good here. All right, this can is empty, I do believe. So we'll back this back out. We'll close our low side. Pop this can. It's a repeat procedure, guys. We're gonna have to purge it. There we go. Open her up. Compressor staying on longer now. She's getting a little happier. That's what she's doing. This AC must work on low Freon because as it went, woo! This sucker's always had ice cold AC, like I said. That sucker right there is freezing now. So if it calls for 2.8, I guarantee it ain't had that in it in a good while because of that slow leak off. So instead of going straight to the 40 ounces, I'm gonna try to get a full, just 3 cans, 36 ounces. I'm not gonna pop open that 4th can so it gets wasted. And we'll just try to get all 3 cans in there. I was drinking this one a little faster now. We're looking a lot better now. Sitting 30 to 40 on the high side right now, up towards 200. We're doing good, guys. Here we go, last can. Take it, baby, take it. Woo! That's polar bear butt right there, baby. You do not want to be sitting in this icicle right now. Holy cow, that is cold. Like I said, this thing had really good air conditioning, and apparently when it was low on charge, So just imagine now that it's happy. Oh yeah, and that compressor's just staying running, so it's just drinking this stuff right up. Numbers are still looking pretty good. Can't be mad about that. All right, there's 3 cans. I'm happy with it. Hopefully none of this stuff is leaking anymore. You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me that one's leaking now. Yeah, I think she's all right. Let's cut her off where we can hear her. Woo, baby. She is cold. Sure enough. Y'all hear that? Oh, no, that ain't a leak. Pressure bleeding off somewhere, somehow. That Schrader valve right there, sure enough, is leaking. I think just popping it that one time stopped it. Got my Dawn Platinum disc spray. Looks like we're good. And spray that one down. Also looks like we're good. Actually, I think that's still got a tiny leak in it. Gosh darn it. It came with a new valve stem, but this one ain't been bugging me, so I didn't want to mess with it. Luckily for us, we may get to do it all again. Well, I kind of popped that Schrader a couple times. That one hadn't been leaking, so I was going to leave it alone. I didn't replace it, and here we are. Long story short, I'm going to get to do this again eventually when that leaks off enough. I'm not going to worry about trying to do it right now, though, because we got to take our car, get an appointment, whatever. I don't know what Mama scheduled for it. Perfect timing. Chris showed up. Chris does our editing. Y'all seen him from time to time. So I just said, hey, let me wrap this thing up and you can take it with you. That way he has something to edit on, since we're no longer ahead because of the whole eye situation and then me going out of town. As y'all see, we've got a little bit of sun coming out, which is nice after all the rain we've been getting all day. Creek down there, she's pretty high. I can see it, which, I mean, usually there ain't hardly any water in it. Catches a lot of runoff. That used to be a reservoir, so a lot of water comes from down these hills and it's supposed to collect over there, and then it would slowly go out of overflow and come across my place. But like I said, we needed the water. I guess not my favorite. Hopefully it's going to calm down. No more tornadoes today. We can go get the rest of our errands done and get Theodore picked up. If you've been wondering where he's at, he's still at the babysitter. We'll go get him snatched up, and I'm sure he's missing us. So hopefully y'all enjoyed doing some Oklahoma tornado dodging. Hopefully you had fun troubleshooting some AC and fixing it just for it to leak and need to be fixed again in the near future. You seen it here first, folks. Hey Chris, put a ding on that. A lot of times I talk with Chris, so I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to Chris. You can ask him as I'm recording. I have about 3 conversations going on usually. Appreciate y'all being here on the second channel, checking in on us. Thanks for all the concerns or y'all worrying about us. We're good, and we appreciate all y'all support. I'm on the Instagrammer, I'm on the Patreon, I'm on the Facebooker, and much other than that. Puddin'sFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. We probably just released some stuff, hoodies and stuff like that, so you may want to check that out. And much other than that, oh, neighbor kid in the yard playing. He ain't scared of no tornado. I'll see y'all in the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!